Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you've seen by the title, we are doing a massive book haul. So it was just Christmas, so I got a lot of books from my family and my friends and stuff like that, so I'm extremely grateful. And also there's a lot of books here that I've gotten myself over the past few months, and I just thought I'd put them all in one video. So yeah, there's a lot to get through, so let's get started. So the first book that I just have these randomly placed here, is A Winter in New York. I really need to get to this before the season is over. I feel like January I can still read this, maybe, but also I don't know if I'm drawn to it right now, so I might read this next winter. We'll have to see. But yeah, I got this for myself at the start of Christmas, and then things just got really busy, so I never got around to it. But I read the start of it and like the first page, and I was like, this is funny. So yeah, excited to get to this one. So if you've seen the movie Ice Princess, it's the Disney movie. I love that movie. I watch it, it's like my childhood. I watch it every single winter, and this book gives me those vibes. Anything to do with figure skating I will read, and this is From Luke Off with Love. I wanted to read this for a long time, and this would be my first Ariana Zapata book that I read if I read this first. I also have Culty, but this is what I got for Christmas, and I think it's the perfect time to read this. Slow burn romance. She's meant to be just amazing at them, so I'm very excited. It's quite a long book. It's not as big as I thought it would be, which is nice, but I have a feeling I'm just going to adore this, so I really hope it lives up to my expectations. Next, it is a gothic fantasy romance. I don't know if it's a romance, but it's a gothic fantasy, and it is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillick. I have seen this everywhere and I was so drawn in. I love a good gothic vibe, and this was giving me, I just think I'm gonna love it. I have a gut feeling. So I really hope that I'm right, because I got this for myself as like a little treat after I finished my exams. I went straight to the bookshop, saw this and bought it. Next is another book that I've already read, but I only got it like 2 weeks ago, and that is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. If you kind of keep up with Book Talk or BookTube, you would know this book has been extremely hyped, and I agree. I really enjoyed this book, and I would highly recommend that everyone gives it a try. It was a really nice book, and I'm really glad I bought it. Okay, moving on. Let's move this pile because we have a lot more where these came from. One sec. Okay, moving on. Next, I have a book that I already read, but I got this from my mom for Christmas because I really wanted this book in physical form, but I hated the cover that they sell in Ireland. So my mom really kindly got me the cover for By a Thread. This one, it's like the sparkly cover. I love it, and I love this book. So yeah, I read this a couple of months ago. Maybe my feelings might not be the same if I read it again now, but it was fun, and that's what I loved about it. It was like the Devil Wears Prada vibes. Super good. Next, I have this book, Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. Now, I probably didn't say that right, but my uncle has a bookshop, so whenever I go up to visit them, he always kindly gives me a few books, and yeah, he gave me 3 books. This is one of them. I read this so fast. It was so good. I already read it. I read it on the 3-hour train home. That's how fast it was, because it was so good. It's like a literary fiction, like a bit of a weird social commentary book, and I really would recommend this. Next, another book that I wanted for a really long time. It is Paris Hilton's memoir. I kept seeing this in the shop and wanted to get it so badly, but I held out because I knew my mom was going to get this for me, and I was super lucky. So this will be read really soon, because I just love memoirs. If you've seen any of my wrap-ups recently, you've probably seen that I've kind of been on my memoir hit. Next is another book from my uncle, and that is Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson. I wanted to read this for so long. It's another like literary fiction. It's a short book. It's meant to be absolutely amazing. So yeah, this will be read super soon, and I was so excited when he gave me this one. Okay, we're flying through these. Next, another book. I think it's the perfect time to read this right now. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Next, I have This Is How You Lose the Time War, and this is written by 2 authors. I had to check, it's in here. It is written by Amal El Moher, which I know I probably didn't say right, and Max Gladstone. This, I think, is like a kind of very lyrically written kind of dystopian. I could be so wrong. but I think it's giving me like lit fic energy as well, which I just love. That's my genre. I love it so much, and it's nice and short, so I'm very intrigued by this. I think it will be more of a read I really have to like sit and concentrate and be in the mood for. So I'm excited to pick it up when the time comes. Next is the last book that I got off my uncle, and this is Burnt Sugar by Avni Doshi. And this book I didn't know what it was when he gave it to me, and when I read the synopsis I'm very excited. This is about a mother-daughter relationship, and it's a literary fiction, and it just sounds beautiful. I think this is going to be a really like heartfelt read, and yeah, I'm very excited for this. Next is another book from my mom, and I wanted this for ages, ever since I heard the premise at the start of the year just gone, and that is The Grace Year by Kim Liggett. And basically this is like, it's girl power energy. Like, it's a dystopian, but it bases around, so it's like 16-year-old girls, when they turn 16, they're sent off to the wild, like to the wilderness, fighting for themselves, and I think they are to get rid of their magical powers. I don't know, but I'm very intrigued. I think it's going to have a good element of like social commentary as well. A lot of meaning. I could be so wrong, but also the cover is beautiful, like a lot of these books, so I'm definitely going to be reading this soon. Next, I got this from my aunt and uncle, and this is Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I wanted this for a long time, and it actually has a way different cover here in Ireland, and they managed to get this one, which I think is beautiful. So I'm very excited. I've wanted to read this for a long time, so I was very excited when they gave me this, because they actually got me like a book mystery box. I have a few more, so they didn't know what books were in it, and I didn't, obviously. I have the books in there, I'll get them in a minute, but moving on. Then I got this, and I'm so excited. I'm a bit of a movie nerd as well as books, and this is the screenplay for Before Sunrise and Before Sunset, and I've already started this, and it's so good. I absolutely love reading screenplays. I just love it. Next, I have Lana Del Rey's poetry book. It is Violet Bent Backwards Over the Grass, and I love this woman so much. If you've read any like poetry books, you know like it's not like necessarily like a novel. There's like photos, and not always photos, but this one has them, and a lot of her words. And if you've heard her music, she has such good lyrical talents, and yeah, so anything she writes I want. Next is another book I was very excited for, and this is The Woman Destroyed by Simone de Beauvoir. This is like a modern classic about basically our sad girls out there, and I think this is going to be amazing. You kind of get the vibes from the cover. It's 3 short stories, I believe, and again, I could be wrong. I think it is translated from French. I could be wrong. Next, on the same sort of vibe, these next few are classics, so not everyone's vibe, but we have more romance in a minute, so hang in there. Next is Persuasion by Jane Austen, and I bought myself this because it was €3.50 in the shop, and I love Jane Austen, and it's nice and short, and I just know I'm gonna love it. Okay, next we have Nadja by Andre Breton, and I could be saying his name wrong, you know the story. This is a translated from French modern classic, and I have wanted to read this for a long time. I love the beautiful simple cover. I believe it goes into a lot of like detail on the surrealist kind of movement and art and just all that world, and I just think this is going to be a beautiful read, so I am very excited for it. Okay, I have a few more, gotta grab them, and we'll keep going. Okay, moving into more romance, fantasy, kind of booktube type books. Again, we are starting off with just another gift that I got, and this is Confess by Colleen Hoover. Sometimes you just need one of these easy books, and I'm excited to read it. I've heard that this one is one that a lot of people do enjoy, so I will be giving this a try. It might be a good palette cleanser between some more kind of intense books, so I will definitely be giving it a try. These are gonna fall. Okay, then we have a absolute fave on booktube and book talk, and I have not read it yet because I'm only just getting into fantasy, but this is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and of course if you have watched any videos on booktube at all, you would know this is a favourite, and I am extremely excited to start it. It is so beautiful, and it just gives me really good like princessy vibes. I think I'm gonna love it. Next, with another absolute queen in this area, we have a Taylor Jenkins Reid book, and that is Carrie Soto is Back. I've loved her books on her backlist, and I feel like I'm just gonna love this just as much, so can't wait for this one. Then we have the absolute OG of fantasy books, and yeah, I haven't read it yet, but we're gonna try it this year, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. This will be my first Sarah J Maas book. I'm sure you know all about it, and I cannot wait. I think I'm gonna try make a video when I'm reading them all, and hopefully I love them as much as everyone else. Okay, then we have The American Roommate Experiment by Alina Armas. I have not read her other books. I think she wrote the Spanish Love Deception, which was extremely popular a few years ago, and I've always been intrigued by this. I just hate the cover. What is he wearing? This is why I have not picked it up yet, but I'm brave and I think it's going to be really good, so I'm ignoring this. Okay, the last few books are my absolute favourites of all. So the first is from my amazing boyfriend. This is one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. So not only did he get me the Penguin Modern Classic book set, there's 50 of the short classics in here, but he also annotated them, which is just amazing. He's just so thoughtful. So for example, in this book you can see he like wrote in them. I don't know if you can see in the corners, but he read through a lot of them. He has a few more at home that he's currently reading because he wants to read all of them eventually, which is just, he's just the sweetest, and it is one of the most amazing gifts I've ever received. So I might do a video where I'm reading all of these, we'll have to see, but I'm just, it's such a good present. Okay, and the last few, I actually have them like, sorry about my glasses, I have them like displayed. Not really, but I like got new shelves, so I didn't want to like take them off. So I'm just going to show you from this video. So these are my prized possessions. So the first thing is my Normal People scripts. This is the most beautiful thing. I love it so much. Normal People is my favourite book of all time. And then I got my Vivienne Westwood Catwalk and a Coco Chanel book. I adore Vivienne Westwood, and I've wanted that book for so long, and if you have seen it before, it is so expensive. So I was so lucky to get that for Christmas. The Normal People scripts, guys, I'm going to be rereading Normal People, I'm going to read the scripts, I'm going to rewatch the show. I cannot wait. They're beautiful, there's photos, amazing. Okay, sorry about the lighting change. The sun started setting while I was doing this video, so even in this last clip with my Modern Classics collection, I had this in wrong. My Modern Classics collection, the footage was not good, so I am sorry about that. But I have a couple more books, but they are not here right now, so I cannot show you them, but I got a couple of books. I actually have not heard of them before. So maybe I will show them in like a vlog or something, and you can tell me if you read them and what you thought. So yeah, I got a lot of books. As you can see, I'm so lucky, so grateful. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I had a great time filming, of course. And yeah, I hope you had an amazing Christmas. You have the best new year, and hopefully you will be seeing a lot of videos with these books very soon. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!